Today I thought I would film a more in-depth makeup tutorial. Again, it's just my everyday makeup, but I want to do something focusing kind of just on that. So I am going back to school in January doing a makeup course. I've loved it for a few years, but I'm no pro by any means. So it'll be kind of nice to learn and get better. A little background about me. Apart from fitness, I've wanted to pursue kind of makeup and aesthetics for a while. So, as most of you know, I was working out west for a few years. I did have plans to go to school in Vancouver to do aesthetics, but then a job came up, or I think I just decided I wanted to keep working in the construction industry because the money was really great, so I put that off for a while. And then last year I was supposed to do this course, but I got a call for a really good opportunity in Alberta again for work, so I put it off again. So this year, since I decided to step away from that whole industry to focus on competing, I decided I also wanted to finally pursue makeup. So the course will only be part-time, which will be good because I'll be in prep. But it's something I've been wanting to do for a really long time, so I'm pretty excited about it. So keep in mind, right now, I have very little as far as like brushes and makeup in, relatively speaking, compared to real makeup artists. So that will grow over time, especially once I get in school and graduate from that program. But for now, I'm going to show you guys what I do every day for the most part, and I hope you guys enjoy.
So for my foundation, I like to use the MAC Studio Fluid Fix. I usually go between NC20 and NC15 depending on how tan I am. Sometimes NC25 in the summer, but that's pretty rare. So I always apply my foundation with a damp beauty blender, which I will show in a second. It definitely works really well to blend out your makeup, and from my experience anyways, I like it a lot more than a brush. So it's pretty heavy coverage for those of you who like a lighter look, but I definitely like heavier coverage. So give it a try. I know some people have used this foundation and they find they break out, but I have been using it for years, so I really like it and it doesn't bother my skin. I like to use the MAC Pro Longwear. Right now I'm using NC20. That's pretty much what I use all year round, even if I do switch foundation shades. It just seems to work for me, but I really like it for extra coverage. I used to not wear concealer, and I don't know how I ever did that, but anyways, I usually just apply it to my T-zone and then my chin. It's kind of like I just put it where I want to highlight. And then again, where I want more coverage, I find my nose definitely needs, I find my makeup doesn't stay on as well, so I like to have a lot of coverage there. And then of course, under my eyes to take away bags or dark circles, and then my forehead as well. For setting powder, I like to use the MAC Prep and Prime Translucent Finishing Powder, and it's the loose stuff. I find this makes a huge difference in keeping my makeup in place throughout the day, and it also gives you a more matte look, so you're not so shiny. I just use a big fluffy blending brush for this, and I don't bake it or anything. I kind of just brush it on to save time, and because I don't want to use too much powder because it's kind of expensive. So while I'm letting my setting powder sit, I like to do my eyebrows. So I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in Soft Brown. And to apply it, I use just a small angled brush and an eyebrow spoolie to brush out my eyebrows before I do that. So most of my brushes are from Beach Cosmetics. I got a huge kit a couple of years ago, and I still use them. So I don't have any numbers, but you can find the same type either on their site or probably in the drugstore. But anyways, I like to draw on the outline and then kind of just fill in where I don't have hair a bit darker, and then try to just make it even all over. I have a little bit of a harder time making the front of my eyebrows look more natural just because I don't have a lot of hair there, and I just got them microbladed, so they still need to be touched up to be darker, but this is what I do for now, and they've definitely improved over the last few years. So I really like this product. A little goes a long way, so you don't need a ton to get your eyebrows a little bit darker, so it lasts quite a long time. Under my eyebrows, or kind of just fix the shape a little bit, I use the Urban Decay Naked Concealer in Fair, and using like a small flat eyebrow brush, I'll apply it underneath the eyebrow arch. So this just kind of gives your eyebrows a bit of a neater look, and like I said, if you mess up on the shape a little bit and kind of have to even them out, you can do it by using this technique. Setting powder sit for a bit, I like to go in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Contour Kit, and I use a mix of all 3 darker shades. Using a soft angled brush, I will contour my cheekbones, my hairline, and my jawline, and then I like to contour my nose a little bit. Contouring, you want to make sure everything is very well blended, so I always go back in with my fluffy blending brush and just buff everything out, because you definitely don't want to have any super bold, if you will, lines. You don't want to have a huge contrast from super dark to super light. That just doesn't look good. But anyways, then I will go back in with the lighter shade and just use, it's like, I think it's the foundation brush, I'm not sure, but anyways, I will apply that to all the areas I want to highlight. So under my cheekbones, my nose, my forehead, and under my eyes. For my blush and bronzer, I'm using the NARS Blush Bronzer Duo in Orgasm and Laguna. Sometimes I like to use the Lise Wattier bronzer in Havana, but this is what I'm using today. So to apply my bronzer, I like to use a kabuki brush. It's just a random one from BH Cosmetics, but it does the job. So I just apply that right above where I contoured. To apply my blush, I'm just using a brush from Quo. It's just your standard blush brush, and I'm using the shade Orgasm by NARS. So I just apply it to the apples of my cheek and sweep upwards. For my highlighter, I'm using MAC Soft and Gentle, And to apply it, I'm just using a small fan brush. So I just sweep it onto the top of my cheekbone, down the center of my nose, and on my cupid's bow, just a little bit. Now moving on to eye makeup, I'm using a Marc Jacobs eyeliner. Honestly, it's just a sample from Sephora, but I've been using it lately and I like it, so I just apply a little bit to my waterline. I don't do a ton of crazy eye makeup just because I do have eyelash extensions, and honestly, I'm kind of scared to have to use a lot of makeup remover at the end of the night because I don't want my lashes to fall out, so I've just been keeping it pretty simple lately. After eyeliner, I like to go with a little bit of eyeshadow, so I'm using the Naked palette by Urban Decay in the shade Buck. And I'm going to use the brush that it came with, so I use the side that's a little bit flatter. So I just go in and apply a little bit under my eye, about halfway, like about to the center line, or the center of my eye. So for mascara, I'm using They're Real by Benefit Cosmetics. I'm just applying it to my lower lashes, but before I had lash extensions, I'd use it on my upper lashes as well, and it works really great. It's a great product. On my lips, I'm wearing Tarte's Tardiest Lip Paint in Namaste. This is a matte finish, so I usually go between this and MAC's Blankety Amplify. They're both nudes, but MAC's is a little bit shinier, so both are great options for everyday looks.
In this lighting. I'm working on getting lighting, but everything's a work in progress right now, so it's all good. So yeah, it's pretty simple everyday look. I like to keep my lips nude most of the time just because it's not so in your face. And same with eyes, since I have the eyelash extensions, I don't need a ton of makeup unless I'm going to a big event or something like that. So that's pretty much it. That's what I do pretty much every day as far as makeup goes. It might seem a little bit tedious for simple everyday makeup. I don't really know. Depends what you're used to. But that's what I've gotten used to over the last few years. So I know my hair is a little bit messy, but I try not to put heat on it too much. For those of you who don't know, I dyed my hair red a while ago, like a few years ago, and then I did black, and then I decided I wanted to go back to my natural-ish color. So my hairdresser and I have done it in the healthiest way possible, but it's still a little damaged, so I try to avoid heat as much as possible. I used the blow dryer on it yesterday, but this is my bed head. I just woke up and didn't do anything to it. So if you guys would like to see something with hair or other makeup looks, comment below, let me know. And if you like this video and my channel, please remember to like and subscribe, and I really appreciate all the support. So until next time guys, thank you for watching.